What's up, guys? It's Brent. Hope you guys are having a good day. This video is marking my 100th YouTube video. Just wanted to kind of go over my experience doing 100 videos so far. I started my first video back in May 2020, so pretty much during when the COVID lockdown started. First off, just kind of my pushing point of when I wanted to eventually start up this YouTube channel, knowing that I was planning to have this hopefully be a career down the road, and I know that takes time. So I've gone through 100 videos so far, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the ups and downs, all that kind of stuff. I watched a lot of videos on YouTube on starting your channel and everything, and it's been a great experience. Takes a lot of, I guess, time and practice to start your first video and everything, because I came up with a million excuses on why I didn't want to use or start up a channel. Like, oh, I have no content to do, or I don't have the right camera equipment, or I don't have enough time, and all those are just excuses on why I stopped doing or didn't even want to start doing a video. So it kind of just took a final push on, hey, just do a video. I know my first video is going to be absolute crap. I didn't even film it in the right orientation. It was filmed in portrait mode, I think. It was on my motorcycle. It was an absolutely terrible video, but it did feel good to finally shoot footage, semi-edit it, and then post it onto YouTube. And it feels good to, get that onto YouTube just to start somewhere. And I had the mindset of, hey, it's going to take a while, but like all good things are going to take some time to build up. It's not going to happen overnight. And then from there, I decided to stick to a schedule of posting 2 videos a week, every Tuesday morning and then Friday morning, and stick to that schedule. So no excuses, even if it was Monday night and I still needed to edit the video, I needed to work at 8 in the morning, I would stay up, edit the video, and still make sure it gets out 7 Pacific time on Tuesday morning. And that's actually helped me, get a lot more comfortable with YouTube, and then a lot more comfortable producing videos. It is very hard to talk in front of a camera, at least for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people too. It's hard to talk to something that's, I guess, inanimate, and then to have to look over that and then record it, or edit it, and then upload it to YouTube. That kind of took a while for me to get used to. It is still difficult for me to even just find stuff to continuously say without blabbing on and on, or just forgetting what I was going to say in front of the camera. I am still subconscious about filming myself. I don't know how long that's going to take for me to get comfortable. I've gotten a little better, which is kind of nice, but just like if other people are looking at you, they're just like, what is that talking to himself in front of a camera? But it's a really good experience. It has been fun to document my life, and then what most of my content's been based around, which is around all these cars. So like right now I'm at work, and I just wanted to start off the beginning of this video with how I started. All right, next is honestly the first 100 videos flew by very fast. It was a nice learning experience to, figure out what to film. I had a bike, filmed that, didn't get that many views. I don't know if it's just stuff that's not really searched up too often, and probably didn't, title everything correctly too. Like some of them was like, oh, my bike, if you can see that. Probably just bad titling and that kind of stuff. They get like 23 views, whatever. My first video ever was you can see that, likes and dislikes of my 2019 Ducati that I used to have. That was my very first video. I filmed it in the wrong orientation. It was in portrait mode. But it was a good learning experience to do that, and then how to edit it and that kind of stuff. I just use iMovie. It's a free software. Just gets me to point A to point B from editing software. Very straightforward, nothing too super fancy. And then from there, I remember getting my first video with actually a decent amount of views. It was the 2020 Defender. And that's when the Defender first came out. And I was like super excited because I was like, oh, wow, look at all these views, 1,600 views on this video. That was my first one. So that was fun. And, you know, I got a decent amount of comments accumulating. A lot of it was my friends and everything. But I started to get people who were, you know, following me for, I'm sure, some of my car stuff, channel content, and then mostly the Land Rover and Jag products, which is where most of the content's, you know, coming from me working at a Land Rover Jag dealer in Washington. So that was a lot of fun. And then it started to kind of build up, you know. I'd get some videos like my F-Type, it got just under 3,000 views, which at that time I only had like 50, 60 subscribers, which is kind of cool. All right, now I am actually at, see if you guys can see that, boom, we're at 874. We are getting close to 1,000, which is super exciting. I've been working towards that for over the past year, but learning how to use like the YouTube studio and everything has been great. You can monitor watch time, maybe if you didn't title the video correctly, comments, so make sure I've been trying to respond to everyone's comments and everything, which has been fun to do. But it's been a pretty big learning experience for me on YouTube, and it's been a lot of fun too, just to figure out how to get creative and what kind of videos to film with some of our cars and everything, because we do have, I'm fortunate enough to work here and have, you know, really cool content to film on some of our Range Rovers, pre-owned stuff, whatever. But it's been a good time. I wanted to show you guys my first video that actually got a ton of views is this one. Was the 2021 Range Rover. It got over 54,000 views, and that was like, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. It's just cool to see some videos that people watch. That, I mean, it got a lot of comments on it. I had a fun time talking to everyone about that, and it's to this date, it's my video with the most view count on it, which is pretty sweet, pretty awesome. And then just all my new videos. I've been sticking to the schedule. If you guys can see on here, if you go back to my channel, I've been sticking to 2 videos a week. And the key to, you know, building a channel and everything is to provide obviously good content and to stick to a schedule, whatever, once a week, 2 times a week, 3 times a week, daily if you wanted to. But you got to stick to that schedule and, you know, try not to miss a day. That's what a few of these YouTube channels that I've been watching on how to build a YouTube channel have been talking about, and it's been pretty helpful so far. And, you know, I'm still learning and still growing from there. Trying to change up the scenery so I'm not just talking in one spot too. So I'm just hanging out in a Range Rover. But the next thing that I kind of wanted to talk about is, I guess, my plans and everything. I really am building this channel up so I can go towards this route of, you know, working for myself and starting up a business or two. I've already started up something with a coworker, but, you know, that all that stuff takes capital, and we've come up with business plans, branding, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, working here has got me a nice chance to kind of get a feel for kind of working for yourself, because in car sales, especially full commission, you're basically working for yourself at a dealership. So that's been a lot of good experience, knowledge, and everything, and a lot of help from people, which has been pretty sweet. But the end goal is to, you know, work for myself. I have no problem, you know, spending the time grinding out, working all the time, as you usually have to do in car sales. But it's kind of about dedicating yourself to, you know, building yourself up and everything. Just gonna walk outside for now, but elaborating from there, I wanted to. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Having fun?
Honestly, no.
Oh yeah, got him. What I was going on is, I want to use YouTube as obviously a revenue stream, but to market myself and to, you know, build a brand and a channel and everything, and that takes time. I've just been fortunate enough to be able to work at a dealership where I work full time, make really good money, and then still, when I'm off or at nighttime, bust out my YouTube channel and everything. And that's a lot of time. I spend like all my days at work about 6 days a week, sometimes 7, for a minimum of 8 hours, usually about 10 to 12 hours each day. And it's like a lot of time spent here, but I know that I need to invest and put in the hours here because I know it's going to pay off down the road. But it's a lot of work to do that and to get the willpower to consecutively film YouTube videos and then work full time too. But you know, it just depends on how much time you want to put into yourself. I mean, you can do it. There's a lot of hours in the day. It just depends on if you want to, you know, spend the time on it. Oh yeah, that's a brand new Sport open. We're gonna go chill in here for a second. Nothing works. But yeah, that's what I am building towards, because I know, I mean, the goal is to work for yourself. You set your own hours, you put in the work, and it pays off. So that's what I am doing here, and it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work. I love working here, but we're working at it. We're at 874 subs and counting, so thank you guys for subscribing, supporting me. I appreciate it. I want to give back to you guys too, you know, once we actually get rolling and everything, because I truly think it should benefit everyone. If you guys are thinking about doing a YouTube channel, I would strongly suggest it. Even if you just got to get on a schedule and be creative and find something to film. That was my biggest problem, is I didn't know what to do and all that kind of stuff. I've always wanted to kind of base it around cars. I was like, oh, maybe I'll do it around video games, but I'm just not good enough for that. So we are here, and I want this channel to be, you know, all about cars and everything. So I'm excited to see where this takes me. It's been a crazy year with the, you know, COVID, the lockdowns and everything, and just, you know, being in Washington, we're like one of the last states to finally open up. And I don't want to get into, you know, too details about what every state's doing, all that kind of stuff, because it's everyone's opinion, and just whatever, care about what you're doing, don't worry about anyone else, is what I kind of think. But I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk to you about. My review, over 100 videos. Look forward to continuously filming more videos. We'll see what the content's gonna look like. We are working at a Jaguar and Land Rover dealer. We're affected, you know, by the same dilemma of running out of cars. Production's been slowed down. They've been canceling orders, canceling cars. A microchip shortage for computers, seat programming, cameras, all that kind of stuff is putting, you know, a huge dent on the amount of new cars that they can produce and everything. I'm gonna flip you guys around here. So this is our back lot. Now we got some cars back here, some new cars that just got dropped off, some pre-owned cars that we bought. But this usually is full of cars. Just this whole section is usually full of cars here. Now we got some new cars here, pre-owned cars, some service cars. But if you look over here, I mean, we got a lot of space here, and they've been trying to accumulate as many pre-owned cars, stack as many new cars as we can, but there's only so much we can do. I mean, we got this whole row. We got these cars, these new cars staggered. Like, we have pretty much no new cars. And it's only going to get worse for the next couple months, unfortunately. So we got to get creative and figure out how to acquire more pre-owned cars, buy cars off the street, that kind of stuff. Look for cars to sell. It's because it's going to be a weird summer, honestly. And who knows what that's going to look like. Like, we've got these cars. These are all new cars for the most part, but we've got them stacked sideways. Usually they're all parked within their spots here. It's absolutely crazy what's going on with the market right now. Just the used car market's so high right now, and then the new cars are all pretty crazy with the lack of inventory. And the lack of inventory is causing people to mark everything up just because they don't know when you're going to have that car. Like, minivans are getting marked up over MSRP. All of our stuff is getting marked up over MSRP. And it's not only just because of the limited edition models anymore, it's just simply because of we don't know when we're going to get any more cars in. And that's kind of what it's been boiling down to. Little spiel on what's going on in the auto industry. It'll all buff out. Dogecoin? Just gotta keep staying positive. Can't be negative. That's helped a lot, just to keep a positive mental attitude and just to not let anything bother you, especially in the car industry. You know, it's just, it can be mentally taxing. And there's always the stigma of, oh, you work at a car dealership, blah, blah, blah. But it's been a good experience and learned a lot of knowledge in sales. And mostly that is due to, you know, just working hard, just basically living here, spending all my time here, and just making sure I stay positive, don't get negative, because that never helps anyone. I want to film more content on myself. Now, granted, me working here every day is basically where that content comes from, because if I'm at work, I'm going to film at work. So there's really nothing that I right now do, because you know, I spend all my time here. But yeah, that means I basically have no life, but I'm trying to build up for, you know, my future, and then build, you know, be able to afford my toys and that stuff. So I'm, you know, working here, been able to get some nice cars. I went through a lot of cars over the 4 years that I've been here. I've probably gone through about six, 7 cars. Right now I have a 2020 Jaguar F-Pace SVR. It's a really nice one. It's a white one with the ivory ebony interior. I love that car. It's a great daily driver SUV, supercharged V8. Get to drive that pretty much when it's days like this where it's raining or snowing. And I got rid of my bike that I had. You guys didn't know, if you guys are just new to the channel. And then I got a 2021 Chevrolet Camaro Z01, the 1LE Extreme Pack in the 6-speed manual. I love that thing. It's so much fun. That's my nice day, sunny day driver. I wanted something fun. I've been missing, you know, driving a manual and actually it's basically just a race car, which is awesome, and I love it. And it's been good so far. I've only had it for about a month, but we're gonna keep that car. That car's gonna be worth something down the road. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a good investment just because of the way the market's going and everything, but it's also a car that I enjoy driving and I think is freaking awesome. So we're gonna keep that for a while. I wanna have a bunch of cars. Like, me and my coworker, we're gonna get a warehouse for our business eventually, and then I wanna stock that thing full of cars. Every car, like Defenders, Land Rovers, supercharged V8s. My dream car still to this day is a Lamborghini. You know, when I was little, I had the Lamborghini Gallardo posters or the Murcielago posters, and that would be cool to get. I really want, after driving a few Huracans, I think it'd be awesome to get a nice Huracan, a V10 Huracan, and then, you know, the big guy, which is the Aventador. Those are my goals cars, but we'll get there. I just gotta put in the time to work, and hopefully, you know, with your guys' support, we'll get there. I think that's gonna wrap up this video. All in all, if you want to get into YouTube, I strongly recommend it. Just do it. Just take out your phone. Half of my videos were filmed with a phone, so you don't need some high-end camera for now. Just make do with what you have, because it'll be more than good enough. But I strongly recommend you just get out there and film your first video, and then stick to a schedule, and just find something that you like doing, and it'll work out in the end if you put your mindset to it and everything. Anyways, hope you guys liked this video. If you guys liked it, please hit that like button. Also, I'd appreciate it if you guys would smash that subscribe button. And if you guys have any questions, you can drop a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.